Hello, my name is Joseph Crnkovic and welcome to my video. Because my theme is country, I put some pictures together to show you kind of where I grew up. I grew up in a rural area, so the pictures I will show what I have experienced throughout my life. I hope you enjoy. In this picture, you can see barbed wire fence and cattle. My whole life, I grew up around this. Every day, I would have to go out and check the cows. And if I wasn't checking cows, I was probably fixing the fence that they tore down. I have spent countless hours of my life fixing fence and chasing cows. In this picture, you see what was a daily method of transportation. Dirt roads and county roads were my way around town. The best part about driving up and down these roads were the views. Countless hours have been spent on these roads, whether it would be getting into trouble or just having a good time. Texas country is scattered with creeks and tanks. I've caught many a fish in tanks and spent a lot of hot summer days out there swimming. When I was little, me and my dad would go down to our tank and catch as many fish as we could, take them back home, clean them, and my mama would cook them. She made the best fried fish. Texas is littered with fields of crops. My house was surrounded by fields, filled with corn, maize, and soybean patch. Every spring, me and my dad would go over to the corn patch and take a few head for ourselves for eating later. Of course, we always asked the owner because if we didn't, that would be considered stealing. Most of Texas are open plains. Out here is where we would go hunt for coyotes, pigs, and deer. And since land ran in the family, we would always go out every winter and go shoot us a nice deer. And when there weren't deer, there was always a coyote or two around to be shot. Speaking of hunting, that was probably one of the things I did most. Deer season was always marked on my calendar. I would spend all winter out in my stand waiting on a nice buck to walk out. And when I say waiting, I mean I was usually sleeping in the stand until something woke me up. And around my house, big deer weren't very common. So most of the time, I would end up shooting a pig or a coyote or anything that walked out. Pigs were probably one of the most seen animals out at my place. Pigs tore up so many crops that the farmers around us asked us to come out on their property and help kill them. And if we weren't shooting them, we were trying to trap them. And when we did trap them, we wouldn't kill them just yet. We'd call around and see if anybody wanted the meat so that it wouldn't go to waste. A lot of people really appreciated it because, who doesn't want free food? The next type of hunting I always did was bird hunting. Although I didn't pheasant hunt much, I got my fair share in as a kid. We would go up to my uncle's and he would let us shoot as many as we wanted, and he'd have us dogs ready for us. And after we reached our daily limit, we would go home and he would clean them for us. Pheasant hunting had nothing on duck hunting. Me and my buddy would go out to his private lake and we would slay ducks. We would shoot at so many ducks that we'd often run out of ammo. The worst part about duck hunting was getting up at 4 in the morning just to get everything set up before the sun rose. And that is why duck hunting doesn't have anything on dove hunting. Dove hunting is one of the funnest types of hunting there is out there. You're constantly shooting, and if you don't run out of ammo, you're probably having a bad day. First gun I ever shot was a shotgun, which is probably why I love dove hunting so much. And the best part about dove hunting was eating the doves after you killed them. The best way to eat these birds is wrapping them in bacon with jalapeno and cream cheese. Right next to hunting in Texas, fishing is one of the better things in life. Saltwater fishing is hands down the most time-worthy thing you could ever possibly do. Because in the Texas Gulf, you're for sure to always catch something. And in saltwater, when you catch something, you don't know what it may be. It could be anything from a shark to a crab. Freshwater fishing is almost just as fun as saltwater fishing. Except in freshwater, you're chasing that one trophy bass. You never know when and you never know where you might catch this fish, which puts the fun in fishing. Most people hate waiting around trying to catch a fish. But if you were always catching fish, they wouldn't call it fishing, they would call it catching. Sorry if all these pictures bored you, But that was my life, which is why I found it so interesting. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.